I'm 25 weeks pregnant or so. Haven't been to the doctor one single time, so I don't really know. So yeah, literally could be having twins, don't even know it. Also, I don't really plan on going to the doctor anytime soon. I just honestly don't feel like it's that necessary when you're pregnant. Now, you guys might think I'm crazy. Oh, you're a nurse and you don't go to the doctor. Oh, you're a nurse and you're anti-doctor. I'm not anti-doctor. I just don't think it's that necessary. Like, I feel fine. Baby's growing. I trust my body to grow a baby. Like, what do you think they did back in, like, 1920? You think they were going to the doctor, like, 10, 15 times while they were pregnant? No. Last time when I was pregnant with my son, I didn't go to the doctor until I was about 25 weeks. That time, it was because of, like, insurance problems, but I think I just learned that it's not that necessary. My symptoms are manageable. I don't really get that sick. And I trust my body to know how to grow a baby. A lot of people think I'm crazy because they're like, oh, what if it has, like, health conditions and you don't even know? What does that have to do with anything? That wouldn't change my decisions or anything. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, this baby will be loved regardless of complications, health problems, anything like that. I literally could be having twins, don't even know it. I'm like 25-ish weeks pregnant. Based off of getting pregnant in January, puts me at like a September-ish due date. So that's what we're going with. So basically, whenever I go into labor, will be when I go into labor. I'm 25 weeks pregnant.
Hey, buddy. Labor and delivery nurse here. So I just want to have a chat. Nurse to nurse. So I'm a labor and delivery nurse. And I know that your experience is in long-term care. So things like nursing homes and that kind of stuff. There is so much about long-term care that I do not know. And if I was going to be in a situation where a family member or me are going to be in long-term care, I really seek the expert opinions like you. Like, I would want to know what you thought about those things, because I know that I have blind spots and I'm not always going to know all of it just from like the outside in. You get to make your own informed and empowered decisions. And I want you to have all of the information that you need to be able to make that decision. Now, one of your points was, well, what did they do back in the 1920s because they weren't going to the doctor all the time? In the 1920s, 900 women lost their lives out of 100,000 births. That is insane. Now, we still have a ways to go with maternal mortality in the U.S., but maternal mortality now is 22.8, I think, out of 100,000. And one of the reasons that we've had such a stark decrease in maternal mortality is getting really good prenatal care. Even some of the crunchiest women who are wanting to have home births and everything still, most of the time, get prenatal care, even if it's with a midwife. Like I said, I want you to make your own informed and empowered decisions. One of the pieces of information that I want you to know is that babies of mothers who do not get any prenatal care are 5 times more likely to die than those who get prenatal care. And I don't say that to scare you. I say that to help you understand that it is a very important thing. Now, you mentioned that if there's something wrong with the baby, it's not going to change the fact that you love that baby. That is not the reason to find out about anomalies. It is so you can get the care that you need for your baby at the time of birth. We have had babies born with cleft lips and cleft palates, and we are prepared for what happens at birth for a baby born with a cleft lip or palate because we have the team available there. And if you deliver at a hospital that doesn't have that higher level of care and we're not expecting it, it can be tragic. It's important that you know if you have gestational diabetes. And guess what? Anyone with a placenta can have gestational diabetes. I've cared for someone just this week with no risk factors, completely normal weight, gestational diabetes. And having gestational diabetes increases your risk of stillbirth, increases your risk of shoulder dystocia, increases your risk of your baby having respiratory issues at birth, which we all can prepare for. About 0.5% of all pregnancies have something called a placenta previa, where your placenta has attached itself like basically on top of where your cervix is. So if your cervix begins to dilate or you go into labor, you are massively hemorrhaging, which could mean the loss of both your and your baby's life. I really could spend this whole video just listing off reason after specific reason that prenatal care is so important. And like I said, you get to make your own informed and empowered decisions, and I hope that you have all of the information that you need in order to do that. But what people hear when they watch your video is a nurse saying prenatal care is not necessary. And they may see you as an authority figure in healthcare and also make decisions based off of your video. And someone with a previa can not get prenatal care and die after watching your video. I don't know if this was like a rage baity video, if you're wanting people to talk about it because this is such a controversial take, but I want you to understand the implications of saying something so loud as a member of the nursing community. I wish you the healthiest pregnancy that has ever been, but feeling okay and not having very many symptoms and trusting your body to do things correctly does not thus make a healthy pregnancy or a healthy delivery. I hear you that you think it is so unnecessary, but I believe that that comes from a pregnancy in which you were not given full informed consent or full information to understand all of the things that we look for. I wish that someone sat down with you each office visit and said, hey, these are the things that we're checking for today. These are the reasons that they're important. Because I don't know that you would be in this situation today. I hope that you find a provider that you trust. I can't tell you how many times I have cared for patients who have chosen this route or didn't have the resources to get prenatal care or didn't know that they were pregnant. In any situation, patients who came in without having any prenatal care and their baby did not make it because they didn't know what they didn't know. Again, I want you to make all of your informed and empowered decisions. I just don't want you to empower people to make decisions based off of misinformation. And I please hope that you'll take that to heart as a member of the nursing community. Much love.